As promised, we are going to start with out of order with SEB2023-025, Fulton County Tabulator Results 2020 General Election. Do we have a respondent here for that case? Thank you. Would the investigator please?
Okay, the Georgia Secretary of State opened this investigation after the State Election Board referred this complaint filed by complainants Kevin Moncla and Joseph Rossi, alleging Fulton County did not properly perform a recount of the presidential contest in the 2020 general election, quote unquote, called the recount. In this complaint, dated July 8th, 2022, the complainants alleged the original election night vote count included results for 10 advanced voting tabulators, also called precinct scanners, for which Fulton County has no records. In support of this claim, the complainants reported that they submitted an Open Records Act request for the tabulator tapes for 10 advanced voting precinct scanners in response to an Open Records Act request, and a Fulton County employee responded to this request by stating the requested documents do not exist. Complainants thus concluded that no documentation for the 10 advanced voting tabulator exists and that no documentation of the ballots tabulated on those scanners exist. It is important to note the purpose of the tapes. The tapes are produced by the precinct scanner after the polls have closed. They serve as a paper backup to the memory card that stores ballot tabulation and are not part of the process by which official results are reported by counties to the Secretary of State. On January 8th, 2024, the respondent advised SOS investigators that they have all documentation for the precinct scanners in question. However, storage issues have been complicated after Fulton County relocated all its records to its new warehouse. The respondent escorted SOS investigators to the location where the 2020 election records were being stored and said that they would search for supporting documentation and provide it to investigators. Between March 5th, 2024 and May 3rd, 2024, the respondent provided the Secretary of State's investigators with documentation on the 10 AV tabulators, and that is in exhibits number 13A through J in the file. This evidence consists of zero tapes, opening the polls zero count forms, daily recap sheets, and result tapes. The respondents also provided photographs of 9 of the 10 scanners, including their serial numbers. She also provided sworn affidavits from 8 poll managers who attested that the ICP scanners in question associated with the advanced voting locations that they manage existed and were utilized by voters to scan their ballots during advanced voting for the November 3rd, 2020 election. Accompanying each affidavit was a copy of a tape, either zero or results, or a recap sheet to show signatures on the affidavits match those on the election record. Fulton County provided documentation to evidence the existence of the 10 tabulators in question, which show 12,799 of the 20,713 question ballots. Respondent advised they were still in the process of searching through approximately 700 boxes of 2020 records for the recap sheets and or results tapes for the AV locations. The actual paper ballots are also still preserved. The complainant's assumption that because tabulator tapes have not been produced, then the paper ballots themselves are unaccounted for is simply incorrect.